Stand by. In the name of God the Merciful, fellow citizens, sons of Egypt, daughters of Egypt, the youngsters of Egypt, I would like to speak today to the youth of Egypt, those who are in Liberation Square and those who are all around Egypt. I speak to you from the bottom of my heart, as a father speaking to his sons and daughters. I tell you that I am proud of you. You are a symbol of a new Egyptian generation, a generation calling for an era, a better era, a generation dreaming of a future, creating a new future. Before saying anything else, I would like to say that the blood of your martyrs and your wounded will not go for nothing, and I assure you that I will not hesitate to punish those who are behind the falling of your martyrs and who are behind the wounded. And I will hold those accountable, those criminals who harmed our citizens. I will hold them accountable according to the law. And I would like to tell the families of the innocent victims that I felt a lot of pain for them, as you also felt pain. And my heart was broken, as your hearts were also broken for what happened. I would like to tell you that my response to your voice and your requests and your message is a complete commitment. I will not back down from this commitment. I am determined and committed to pledge what I said before, to fulfill my pledge, to hold on to my pledge with all honesty. And I am very keen and intent on implementing and carrying out this pledge without backing down. This commitment is based on a conviction regarding your good intentions and your honest intentions and your movements. And also I am convinced that your demands are legitimate, just demands. Mistakes can happen in any political regime and in any country. However, what is most important of all is to confess to these mistakes and to correct these mistakes as soon as possible, and to hold those who are behind these mistakes accountable. I would like to say as well that I, as a president, I will not hesitate. I find no reason to hesitate to listen to the voice of the youth and to respond to this voice. However, it is very difficult and unacceptable, and I will not accept at all to listen to the dictations of foreign sides. I will not listen to foreign dictations, wherever they may come from, and whatever be the reasons or justifications for these dictations. To the people of Egypt, to the youth of Egypt, to my fellow citizens, I say that I announce clearly, without any doubt, that I will not be a candidate for the next presidential elections. And I gave this nation a lot. For 60 years I served this country in times of war and in times of peace. I announced that I am holding on to this decision. And I also announced, in the same perspective, in the same context, that I will continue to take my responsibilities in protecting the Constitution and protecting the interests of the people until authority and power is transferred to someone who is elected by the people next September during honest elections and free elections, free honest elections. This is what I swore to God and to the nation, and I will preserve this pledge. I hold on to this pledge so that we can keep Egypt safe. I expressed a clear vision to exit the current crisis and to achieve what the youth and what the citizens called for and demanded in a way which respects constitutional legitimacy and in a way which achieves stability for our community and our society, and also achieves the aspirations and demands of our people, and at the same time brings about a clear vision for a peaceful transition of power via a responsible dialogue between all different factions of society, dialogue which is held in an atmosphere of transparency and honesty. I expressed this vision and I said that I was committed to exiting the crisis which the country has fallen into, and I pledge that we will continue until we achieve all of these goals, hour by hour, day by day, and I also look forward to the support of everyone who is keen on preserving security and stability for Egypt and its people. This must be in accordance with a national consensus. And all of the Egyptian armed forces will do their utmost to preserve this atmosphere. And we began with a constructive national dialogue which included the Egyptian youth who led the call for change. And this dialogue also included many political factions, and this dialogue led to a consensus in principle regarding the points of view and the stances, and this put us on the right direction to exit the crisis. And this dialogue must continue so that we can go from the general outlines which we agreed to onto a map, a roadmap, which is very clear and which has a specific timeline. Day by day passes. Day by day passes on the road of a peaceful transition of power from now until next September. This national dialogue put together a constitutional committee which takes the leading role in looking into the appropriate amendments of the Constitution and the appropriate or suitable legitimate amendments. We also put together another committee which will follow up the implementation of what I pledged to the people. And I was very intent also that the formation of these committees must be made by very, very well-known, independent Egyptian figures who are known to be independent, people who are familiar with the Constitution and people who are experts in the judiciary. In addition to this, after we lost many martyrs in these horrific, sad events, which hurt our hearts and which shook the conscience of the nation, I gave my orders to quickly end the investigations into the events which took place last week and to refer or transfer the results of these investigations to the Supreme Judge so that he could take the appropriate legal measures to prevent this from occurring once again. And yesterday I received the first report regarding the constitutional amendments, the most important constitutional amendments which were proposed by the committee which I formed, committee from judicial figures and from legal experts to discuss or to study the constitutional and legitimate amendments which are required. And in order to positively respond to these proposals and in accordance with the authority which I have as a President according to Article 189 of the Constitution, today I made a request to amend 6 constitutional articles: Article 76, Article 77, Article 88, Article 93, and Article 189, in addition to cancelling Article 179 of the Constitution. And here I would like to stress that I am keen and I am ready to amend other articles if this is proposed to me by the committee which was appointed. Of course, this is according to what the committee recommends. These amendments, as a priority, they aim to facilitate the conditions of a candidate for president and to specify a specific time period for the president, in addition to further improve the monitoring of the elections, to guarantee the elections are free and fair, and the judiciary itself has the authority to announce who is eligible to be a member of the parliament, and the judiciary itself looks into the issue of amending the articles. Now, regarding the proposal to cancel Article 179, this aims to bring about a balance between protecting the country